So one more time, we are going to solve this the same system of linear equations, but this time is going to be the substitution method. Substitution method. So excuse my writing. Okay, so the way how it works is that we pick one of the two equations or linear equations and then solve for either y or x. It doesn't really matter. And so I'm going to pick the first perhaps. So solve for, I don't care. Do you have any choice? Do you want to solve for x or for y on the first or on the second? I don't care. I mean, the second would be easier, but let's go for the ugly one if you wish. Let's pick either x or y on the first. So, okay, I'm going to pick y if you like. Okay, for y in equation 1. So let me write it down first. So it's going to be, well, we already did it earlier, so it's kind of funny. I mean, I didn't mean to, but we did it. We already did it here. Can you see it? Y equals negative 5 over 8x. So since we did it here, I'm going to steal this from here. So 5x plus 8y equals negative 58. So again, but let me cut short. So I'm going to say y equals, according to the word here, I'm going to keep it here so you can see it. It's going to be negative 5 over 8x and then minus 58 over 8. Okay, so let me put this aside because we already did this work. So that means substitute for y in equation 2. Okay, because we know what to plug in for 2 here because we already have the value of y. So we're going to say 2x plus 2 times, instead of this y, you're going to plug in negative 5 over 8x minus 58 over 8 and then close it and then equals negative 18. Okay, can you see this is 2x plus 2y because we substituted for y equals negative 18. So notice we established an equation with one variable, namely x, and when we solve for x here, we're supposed to get negative 14 over 3. That's what we're supposed to get. So if we don't, and then I messed up someplace. So let's keep going then. So 2x, we're going to distribute this to, so we have 2x plus, notice 2 and 8, they cancel because 8 is divisible by 2, so you get negative 5x, we can put the x on top if you like, over 4, and then minus 58 over 4 again, because 2 divided by 2 is 1, 8 divided by 2 equals 4. So we're going to work with this too, negative 18. Okay, so to make a bottom 4 here, minus 5x over 4, you need 8x. Can you see? 8x divided by 4 equals 2x. So we rewrote 2x in the form of 8x divided by 4. And we need a 4 here, that's why. And then equals, this is negative, so it's going to become positive. Now this is negative, so it's going to be negative. And then I need a 4 here, so if I multiply 4 times 18, it's going to give me the number on top. So that's going to be 72. 72, by the way. 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 10 equals 40, plus 32 equals 72. So let's do the work here. You get 8x minus 5x equals 3x. 3x over 4 equals, and by the way, I can cancel all the 4's, but yeah, I'll do it shortly. So here's the 4, and I'm going to cancel this anyway, because it's the same anyway across the line, across the board, so to speak, left and right. Okay, so 58 minus 72, guess what, is negative 14. So 3x equals negative 14. Divided by 3, guess what? X equals negative 14 over 3. As expected. As expected. Okay, my friend, does it make sense? As expected. So again, the work is a little bit ugly, but yeah, it should work. And again, I'm pretty much playing stubborn at this point, working with this absolutely, I mean, not, I was going to say worthless type of item, but you know, it's not, doesn't seem to be that helpful, you know, to make a point, especially with the first method of graphing. But beyond that, I mean, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so, and then since we have x, we can use either 1 or 2, so you can say we can use this one, well, because we already have it. So y equals negative 5 over 8, okay? So instead of this x, we're going to plug in negative 13 over 4, and then minus 58 over 8, because we already have it set up for y anyway. So two negatives make it positive. And let's see where we go with this. So y equals negative, positive rather. So 8 times 4 equals 32. And we can multiply by 4 here if you like, so we can get 32 in the bottom anyway. See? 8 times 4 equals 32, because you are multiplying by 1. So 5 times 13 will be 65. 65, and then 4 times 8 equals 32. 4 times 50 equals 200, plus 32 is 232. 232. Okay, so take away 232, take away 65, you get 106, y equals negative 167. 167. So let's see what happens if we divide by 8. No, it doesn't work. Let me see. 3. Yeah, let me see. Perhaps I was led astray someplace. Let's see. So negative 5 over 8 times negative 58 over 8. Okay. So we plug in negative. Oh, check it out. I made a mistake. I put negative. I switched them. See, when you get it wrong, you get it wrong. You know, for some reason. So I apologize. This is negative 14 over 3, and I put negative 13 over 4. So I apologize. Okay. So let me scrap this. So y equals negative 5 over 8 times negative 14 over 3. Okay, so now we are in business. Minus 58 over 8. And because you're multiplying 8 and, well, we don't have to. So 14 and 8 are divisible by 2. So you get 7 here and you get 4 here. So 4 times 3 equals 12. So let's get y equals 2 negatives make it positive, so you get 12 here. And obviously, if you cancel here up and down by let's see, by what? By 2 at least, you get 29. 29, and then you get a 4 here. So 5 times 7 equals 35, and then minus, let's put a 12, because you're going to multiply by 3 here. 4 times 3 equals 12. 29 times 3 equals 87. 87. Okay. So you get 35 minus 87 equals negative 52 over 12. So obviously, if we divide by 4, If you divide by 4, you get negative 13. Negative 13, and 12 divided by 4 equals 3. Okay. And so solution is x and y, so it's negative 14 over 3 and negative 13 over 3. And that's a match. That's a match with this one. That's a match with this one. Okay, so it does work. It does work, my friend. I mean, yeah, pretty much in a nutshell, just by working with number 13 that you suggested, I practically covered the 3 lessons out of 4 for this chapter. Namely, lesson 1 that deals with graphing method, which is this one right here, right? Graphing method. The 9.2 lesson, which is the addition method, is this one, the addition or the elimination method, right? Because we eliminated the y. You could have eliminated x if you wish, not a big deal. And the third lesson deals with the substitution method, and that's exactly what we did here. So practically with one exercise we covered practically the 3 methods suggested in chapter 9 in regards to the system of 2 linear equations. So lesson 4, which is the last lesson, is the application lesson, which we will work with a few later on, my friend.